guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alex. I'm 23 years old and I am a denture wearer. Today I'm going to film a makeup tutorial and I'm just going to talk about dentures and answer some commonly asked questions. I just took a shower and I put some toner on my face. I'll start with our first question, which is what are some reasons for getting dentures? So in my situation, it was pretty much genetic. Everybody in my family has bad teeth, like soft teeth with not a lot of enamel. So since I was like not a baby, but like a small child, I always had a lot of cavities. My mom always took me to the dentist. She had my teeth sealed to protect them. She put me on fluoride. She always made sure I brushed my teeth, but I still always got cavities. So I had to have fillings done when I was really young, and by the time I was 12, I also needed braces. And I think maybe 3/4 of the way through my treatment, I had an x-ray done, and they realized that my roots, they were already pretty short before I got braces, but with having the braces on there and the braces moving everything around, I have what's called root resorption, and that's where your roots resorb and they like shorten. And when this happens, your teeth can get really loose. So if I continue to have the braces on, that would have gotten much worse, and all my teeth could have fallen out. So I had to have them taken off early, and I had like a permanent metal wire put on the back of my teeth to kind of make them like stronger and keep them from falling out. And I also was given my retainers. And at that point, I had some cavities and stuff to have taken care of after the braces came off. I had them filled, and what happened was they kind of just kept like coming loose, like not the cavities, but the fillings would like keep falling out. So I'd have to keep getting them filled, and they kept getting bigger. Also at that point, my dad lost his job, so we all lost like our health insurance and dental insurance. So I didn't go to the dentist for maybe like 2 or 3 years, and by the time I was 16, my wisdom teeth came in and they just kind of like pushed on the back of my molars and decayed them pretty bad. And I was really just a mess by the time I was 17. So in my case, it was genetic, braces, I had short roots, my wisdom teeth had a factor in it. It was really just a lot. And then I had a ton of work done when I was 18, like all root canals. I think it was like 20 root canals, crowns, and everything just continued to go bad. So for me, it was a mixture of everything. But in other cases, genetic, pregnancy can cause decay because the baby sucks all the calcium from you. So it sucks the calcium from your teeth. Vitamin deficiencies, braces, drug use, in some cases, of course neglect if you're not brushing or flossing real good, but in those cases, maybe depression. If you have really bad depression, you can't get out of bed, you're having a hard time taking care of yourself, brushing your teeth, that can lead to issues. There's lots of reasons for dental loss, and in this day and age, it's really not uncommon to see younger people losing their teeth or having to get dentures. It's not really talked about enough. So common misconception is just like only older people, like in their 60s, 70s, 80s, need dentures, but that's really not true at all. A lot of younger people are, they have to get dentures. It's just most people are ashamed to talk about it, so not a lot of people know that. So yeah, that is some common reasons for having to get dentures. What is the process? So the process when you go to get dentures, you would first go see your dentist, or if you don't have one, you would set up a consultation with a new dentist. And you can just Google different dentists in your area, or if you have like an affordable dentures or Aspen Dental, definitely check out the reviews first. They are individually or privately owned, so each location is different, and some of them are not that great, and others are pretty good. So you could go through a private dentist, or you could go to one of those chains. It's totally up to you. But once you go, they would pretty much just do like a full exam of your mouth and take some x-rays, maybe do like a cleaning, and then once they take a look at everything, they'll pretty much let you know what's going on in your mouth. The cat is grabbing this. They would let you know what's going on in your mouth, you know, some of your teeth have to come out, or if all of them do, if any of them can be saved, you know, just kind of get their opinion. They'll also go over pricing with you, you know, if they have in-house financing, and just pretty much go over like just what everything would cost and what you need to do. And then so once you decide that, and you don't have to just stick with one dentist. If you don't feel comfortable with that dentist, or if the consultation didn't go the way you thought it would, you can always go to another dentist and have another consultation done. It's best to get as many opinions as possible when looking into removing all of your teeth, just because it is a super huge, important decision, and you just want to make sure it's absolutely necessary. And so yeah, it's best to get multiple opinions. The next step would be, so if you decide on a dentist, you decide on a treatment plan, you would go in and you would get impressions done. I believe they would take some measurements, and then I think they would also check your bite at that appointment. They would send all that off to the lab to start to have the dentures made. My dentist let me come back to see the teeth in wax to see what they would look like. I obviously couldn't try that in because I still had my teeth, but she let me see what it would look like before it was made. I thought that was pretty cool. After that, the dentures would pretty much be made, and then you can either decide to have your extractions done through a dentist, or you can go through an oral surgeon. In my case, I had my dentist. Well, I worked with my dentist. They have an off-site lab. They made my denture, and I went through an oral surgeon because I wanted to be put to sleep for it. So I did have a separate consultation with the oral surgeon. I set up my date to be put to sleep. And then after my denture was made, I went and picked that up, and I took it to the surgeon with me the day of my surgery, and I gave it to him, and he put it in before I woke up from the surgery. That whole process for me took about a month from my consultation to the surgery. Chain places like Affordable Dentures at Aspen, they're much quicker because that's all they do, and I believe they have on-site labs. So when you do go through a private dentist, that is something to think about. Could take a little bit longer, but definitely ask that dentist. Some of them can maybe do it a little bit faster, or maybe they do things a little bit different, but that's pretty much the process. I conceal around my eyebrows to pretty much just like perfect them, make them look like perfect. So I use the Tarte Shape Tape, and I put that underneath, and then I use my foundation and put that on top. And I just use like a little concealer brush to do this. And question number 3 is, will my dentures fall out when I cough, laugh, sneeze, open my mouth wide, etc.? No. your dentures should not and will not just like go flying out of your mouth as long as they fit correctly. So of course, you know, when you first have your extractions and you have your immediate denture, and when your gums start to shrink, it will get a little bit loose, so you may have it, it'll start to fall down. So you'll just want to be careful in the beginning. But once you are able to go for a soft reline, that will snug it right up. And as long as your denture is snug and fitting properly, you'll never have to worry about it just, you know, falling out from doing any of those things. It won't just go flying out of your mouth. I'm going to conceal on the top with my foundation. And right now I'm using the Pure Love Your Selfie foundation. This is shade LN6. So I do this so that it's not like super white all the way around my eyebrows. This part will just like blend with my skin, but it will still like conceal it. Then just take my blender and blend that out. Next, I do my eyes, and for this, I'm going to use tape, just regular Scotch tape. And what I like to do is take 2 pieces, that big, maybe about like 2 inches, and put them on each side of your eye, underneath your lashes, and put it kind of at an angle going towards your eyebrow, like that. And then same thing to the other side. I'm going to be using the Jeffree Star palette, but you could use any palette or any colors you'd like. I'm just going to do like neutral, like grays. I'm going to use my blending brush. This is by Luxie, but you can use any brush. Wet n Wild sells super cheap brushes on Amazon. They're like not even $1. They look like this, and it's like the same kind of brush. It does the same thing. And question number 4 is, can you still eat? Yep, you can still eat like normal with dentures. Of course, in the beginning, it's gonna be difficult. You kind of have to relearn how to eat. It is different than when you have real teeth, because with real teeth you kind of chew however you want, like side to side. With dentures you kind of have to chew like up and down, and you kind of have to get used to like the plates moving around at first, and that can be really frustrating until you can get the hang of like muscle control or start to use adhesives, or even, you know, if you're still waiting to get like a soft reline. It can be really frustrating in the beginning, but once you do get the hang of it, it is amazing, and you can definitely still eat all of your favorite foods. It probably took me about 4 weeks before I could start eating more normal foods. So maybe like the first 3 weeks I was on like really soft foods, before I really started to get the hang of chewing. And now I'm almost a year out from having my upper done, and I'm having my lower done a week from today. So I'm gonna have to go through that kind of all over again. But I mean, right now I can eat corn on the cob, burgers, pizza, nuts, candy. And I eat pretty normal. Like, I don't have any trouble with anything. Tacos, nachos. I'm trying to think. Like wraps, bread, I don't have any trouble with. So yeah, you can still eat pretty normal. Just takes a little bit to get the hang of, you know, doing it with the dentures. And what I like to do is I like to take a lighter color, or kind of like a glittery, almost like a highlight, and put that up here, like underneath my eyebrow. And, ooh, that's glittery. Okay. That's alright. And I just blend that out. Next, I'm going to do a cut crease. So for that, I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm going to do a cut crease. For this, I just use like a very tiny, like flat brush, and I just take a little bit of the concealer and put that on my lid, and then I look up so that it goes up here, and then just kind of fill that in. I actually like to go a little bit higher than that, and just go around. I go to right here, and I just want to make it nice and neat. And question number 5 is, will people know that I have dentures? Nope. Nobody will know unless you tell them. You can keep it a whole big secret your entire life. You don't need to tell anybody. It is completely up to you. Nobody's just gonna look at you and go, oh, they have dentures. You'd be surprised on how far dentists and dental techs have come. They can make dentures look extremely realistic. Nobody has to know if you don't want them to. Question number 6, how do you clean them? Me personally, I either use Dawn dish soap or denture cleaning paste. You don't want to use toothpaste or like any kind of charcoal toothpaste, anything like that. It is way too abrasive. You'll end up putting scratches in your denture, which could harbor bacteria and just wear your denture out much sooner than it would wear out. You either want to use specially made denture paste to clean it, or like Dawn dish soap, or they do sell cleaning tabs, but you definitely want to make sure you're at least brushing your denture as well, just to get it super clean, get everything off of there. And for that, you want to use like a baby toothbrush. You don't want to use a regular toothbrush because it is too abrasive. So now that I have my cut crease done, I like to take a lighter eyeshadow to just put on top of where I put the concealer to kind of make it pop. I'm going to use this really pretty glittery shadow. And question number 7 is, can I wear my dentures 24/7 all the time? I never want anybody to see me without them. Yes and no. So you can wear them all the time. You can wear them to bed, you can sleep in them, you can wear them all day long. You just want to make sure that you give your mouth a break for maybe like 2 or 3 hours a day. Just let your mouth, your muscles have a little bit of a break. Let your gums, just, not so that they can breathe, but just give your gums a bit of a rest. You don't want to keep that on there 24/7, every single second of every day. You do want to give your mouth a little bit of a break. Let your denture soak for a little bit, get it all disinfected and cleaned. Some people do this when they take a shower, or drinking their morning coffee. They'll throw their denture in to clean it and then pop it back in for the day. The other important thing is you want to make sure you're cleaning your denture twice a day, because if you do plan to wear your denture all the time, you could get thrush in your mouth and your throat from bacteria. So it's really crucial and so important that you take your denture out twice a day to clean it thoroughly, clean your gums. You still have to brush your gums, your tongue, make sure your mouth is really clean. I use a baby toothbrush for that. And just make sure your mouth is really clean. So yes, you can wear it all the time, but make sure you're taking it out twice a day to keep your mouth super clean, because you don't want to rush. Question number 8, what are relines? What is a hard reline and what is a soft reline? So a soft reline is when they fill your denture with like this liquidy, kind of looks like maybe like latex, and it smells and tastes like when you get acrylic. It's like the acrylic stuff they use when you get your nails done, when you get acrylic nails. It's like that. It's actually the same consistency and everything. It's probably, I don't know if it is the same thing, but it's just like that. And they fill your denture with that, and then they put it in. And it just makes your denture super nice and snug, and it cushions it as well. It makes it feel like really comfortable. And it's kind of like more soft and pliable. You will get a bunch of those after you have extractions done and as you shrink. And then a hard reline is done. Typically you would get your immediate dentures, and then like a year down the road you would get your permanent. But some people, instead of doing that, they turn their immediate dentures into their permanent dentures by having a hard reline done. And that's where they basically fill the denture with like the same kind of denture material, so it's like that same hard material to make it fit perfectly. Instead of like a soft reline that would be kind of like temporary, it's like a permanent reline. Next, what I like to do is put on mascara and then false eyelashes. So I just put a little bit of mascara on. You could use any kind. This is my favorite one. And I just put that on the top. So after I put mascara on, I put on my false eyelashes. And so I just take the eyelash and some lash glue, and I put a little bit on there like that. And then I usually wait like 30 seconds to a minute and just let that get tacky so that it sticks. You don't want to put it right on because it won't stick. It's just like wet. So you want to wait for that to get like more dry and like tacky. So question number 9 is, what is the cost? Costs honestly vary so much. It really depends on the area and where you go, if you have insurance. Me personally, I use my dental insurance through work. I did my upper last year. I have MetLife, and it maxes out at $1,500 a year, and extractions are covered 90%. And my immediate dentures are out of pocket. So I went through a private dentist. My immediate denture last year was $600. I paid that out of pocket. And then I went to an oral surgeon. At that time I had 11 extractions, and basically the insurance negotiates, if they're in network, the insurance negotiates the cost of the extraction down to like a much lower price. Like I forget exactly how much it was, but say it was $300, the insurance negotiates it down to like $120, and then they'll cover 90% of that. And then once my insurance maxes out, they would still negotiate it down to like the $120 price, but then I would pay that out of pocket. So I think, and same thing for anesthesia, it was covered 90%. So it was negotiated down, but once I hit my maximum, I had to pay some out of pocket. So I think for that it was like $500. So altogether I paid $1,100 for my upper to be done, with extractions, anesthesia, and the denture. And then for my lower, that was, my upper was done last year, so my insurance reset, so I have that $1,500 again. So I paid $600 out of pocket for my lower immediate denture. And then surgery, because I'm having less teeth taken out this time, and I won't need as much anesthesia. I just have to pay $200 out of pocket this time. And then my permanent upper denture is being made as well. That was $1,300. Insurance negotiated the fee down to $720, and then I think I only had to pay like $150 of that, and then the insurance paid the rest. So, I mean, it's definitely beneficial to look into some kind of insurance plan, because that will help you out a lot, especially if you're going through a private dentist. If not, you can look into like affordable dentures. Their prices are much less, and they have package deals that you can pick out to kind of save you some money. And then, you know, if it still ends up being quite a bit, there are options like CareCredit. You can get a cosigner, or you know, you can even look into like getting a loan through your credit union or your bank. You can get like lower interest rates, or some dental offices may even offer like in-house financing. You just have to ask. And then, so I'm just gonna put my lash on now, and I just plop it on like this. I push the end on, and then push the front of it on. So once both lashes are on, then I peel the tape off, and that's what it looks like. Now I'm gonna do my foundation. I'm gonna use that same foundation from earlier. I'm going to put it on my blender, just a tiny bit, and I'm just going to start putting that on my face, dabbing it all out. Question number 10 is, what supplies and food do I need to get before surgery? I'm getting a phone call. You want to get ice packs. Lots of ice packs. A good thing to have is on Amazon they sell like a face wrap. It comes with 4 sets of ice packs that you put on each side, and it wraps around your face and velcros up here so that the ice is all like right here, and it's so nice to have. So lots and lots of ice packs. Benzident. You can get that on Amazon as well. It's like a super numbing cream that's super strong that you put inside of your denture. It helps with sore spots. It also helps with the extraction pain as well. It's safe to put on after extractions. It just like numbs everything right up, and it really helps a lot with the pain. You definitely want to have that. You want to have salt to do saltwater rinses multiple times a day. Make sure you get your pain medication and antibiotics filled. Denture baths, put your dentures in. Baby toothbrushes. A denture brush to get inside of the denture really good. Cleaning tablets, if you want to use those, stain away. Mouthwash. Orajel has a really good numbing mouthwash you can use. And just, you know, any comfort items that would maybe make you feel better. Like, my mom got me a pregnancy pillow. Not pregnant, never been pregnant, but you have to sleep elevated for the first couple days so that, you know, your face doesn't swell up. And what helped me was I slept inside of the pregnancy pillow with another pillow on top of that to keep me propped up, and it was so comfortable. Foods, you want to get any kind of soft foods, soups, so lots and lots of instant mashed, can't talk, lots of instant mashed potatoes, buck stuffing, Progresso soups. I like the beef barley, or what is the other one called? I think it's like pot roast or something. Dinty Moore is good. If you like tuna, that's super easy. chicken broth or beef broth. You can crush up saltine crackers, lots and lots of ice cream, popsicles, that'll help the swelling, sherbet, pudding, there's lots of food ideas. And if you're in the denture support groups, there's tons and tons and tons of ideas if you just type in like soft food ideas. So I just put a little bit of concealer right under my eye to just kind of brighten that up and conceal, like if I'm really tired and I have bags. And just blend that out. And then next what I do is I take my setting powder and I just dab that all over to just set everything. And this will kind of help make it like smudge proof and keep it on longer. Once I do that, I just take my fluffy brush and just brush off like the excess. Next what I do is I take a little bit of bronzer and I take my bronzing brush and just take a little bit and put that where my cheekbones are to kind of just give them like more definition. And question number 11 is, what are wax try-ins? Wax try-ins are when you're having your permanent dentures made, or if you don't have teeth in there and you're having dentures made. What the technician will do is they basically put your teeth like in wax and well, I'm sorry, I'm skipping a step here. So when you go to have your permanents made, they'll put like this huge wax block in your mouth and they'll have you bite down a little bit and they'll keep like shaving it down to get your bite and to help make the denture. They'll send that and they'll mark where your midline is and where your canines would be. They'll send that to the lab and then they'll put the teeth in the wax and carve away like all the extra stuff to make it look like what the exact denture would look like, and have you try it in to see exactly what it would look like. And then if they need to make any changes, they'll adjust it a little bit or note it down, and they'll make those adjustments, have you try it in again, and then if all is good and you approve that, they send that off to the lab to be made, and they'll make your real denture. Next, what I do is I take a setting spray and I just set my face. This keeps everything, I guess, like smudge proof. Just gonna use a Morphe setting spray. Then what I do is I take my highlighter and I put that on. So I take my highlighting brush, highlighter, and I put it right here, right here, tip of my nose, my lip, and right here, right here. Next, I put mascara on my bottom lashes. Question, I think this is question 13. What is the best denture adhesive? There is no best adhesive. You honestly just have to find what works best for you personally, because someone could love one adhesive. They can say it's the absolute best out there, and then another person could try it and hate it. So I mean, you just kind of have to try everything that's out there and just see what works best for you. And then finally, I think this is question 14. How to fill in your lips, or this is actually like a mix of questions. So a lot of people have a lot of concerns about their lips, their facial structure. So of course, once the teeth come out, like right now I still have some of my bottom teeth, so I still have like a bottom lip. Once those are gone, and this starts to shrink, this is gonna go away, and this lip is gonna it's gonna go in. Like this one has already started going. I don't have my upper denture in, and I purposely didn't wear it for this video because I kind of wanted to show like what it looks like without my denture in, and to show like how to wear lipstick or overline my lip when I don't have my denture in to make it look normal. So yes, your lips and your mouth will sink in when you lose your teeth without your dentures in. When you have your dentures in, you'll look completely normal. Over time, you'll want to, have more dentures made to keep building up your lip support and your mouth support, because you will over time, your gums will continue to shrink slowly. Your bones will recede a tiny bit over time, very slowly. But you want to make sure, maybe every 5 to 10 years, I think it is, you get some new dentures that keep, building up the lip support. So I'm just going to show how I overline my lip a little bit to make it look a little bit fuller when I don't have my denture in. So this is my lip, and I'm going to basically line where this is, the white. And I don't like to overdo it, so I don't want to make it like too obvious looking or draw too much attention to my mouth. So I just do it very slightly, just like where that white part of my lip is, like above where it kind of ends, I guess. And then line the bottom. I've seen a lot of people complain about like lipstick and getting lipstick on their denture teeth. I like to use matte lipsticks, so when you put them on they dry, and it won't get on your teeth at all. Let's see, do I like this color? Yeah, I'll use this one. One brand I really like is, I dropped it. One brand I really like is NYX. They have a line called NYX Lingerie. And these are very quickly drying matte lipsticks. So I'm just going to go over where I lined and put this on. And that's it. So that's how I do my lipstick if I don't feel like wearing my upper denture, and if I want to look like I still have like an upper lip so that it's not really so noticeable, and it's already dry, so that won't get on my teeth at all. But yeah, so that is pretty much it. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below and I will answer them as quickly as I can. But I hope everybody has a great night, and thanks so much for watching.